Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm off to the house! I'm off to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You had no work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Nah, this game is not over. In fact, it's just getting going. It's Freestyle Friday. It is the lunch break. It is the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. AJ Jones getting things going. Look, I got all kinds of junk in the background over there. Y'all bear with me. Just trying to get it going here. Let me get my commercials. Make sure I have those. And Texan fans, y'all all right? Texan fans. Excuse my broken English, but is y'all all right? Are y'all all right? I gotta know if y'all are all right. In fact, Houston fans, are y'all all right? Because it was a bad night for the Houston area sports fans. Astros lost early. They've now lost 7 out of 8 games. And I will fight you if you try to say it's Dusty Baker's fault. I will fight you if you try to say that. And then after that, it was the Houston Rockets. I'm going to be nice. They got dog walked by the LA Lakers. Remember, y'all told me they had the better matchup, and the Rockets matched up well with the Lakers and the small ball and the this and the that and the other and all of that. And I said very quietly, I only said it like 2 times. I said very quietly, y'all blaming Russ. Y'all blaming Daniel House. Y'all blaming all these other people. Don't forget that James Harden can have a bad night too, because it's part of him. And sure enough, last night the cold front hit him first before it hit the city. 2 for 11 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3-point land, and he finished with how many points? He finished with 21 points. 16 of those came from the free throw line. So he only made 2 buckets outside of the free throw line. 2. That's your what did Killmonger say in Black Panther? Is this your king? I'm not trying to hate this more. I really am trying not to hate this afternoon, but I'm just. And then the Houston Texans. Houston Texans. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the Oilers song. Houston Texans. I had everybody telling me the Texans are a better team. Bill O'Brien told us they were the better team now that they traded away Jadeveon Clowney, now that they traded away DeAndre Hopkins. They're the better team now. That's what they told me. I heard it from myself. Ain't nobody have to. It wasn't hearsay. I heard it from myself. And when it all came down to it, Texans put the first points on the board. David Johnson, yay, touchdown, nice run. Nice run. But they play a whole game. Like they played the whole game. And after that, the Texans got outscored by the Kansas City Chiefs. Outscored. Hold on, let me look at, because that's what Kansas City does. The Chiefs outscored the Texans after that, 34-13. The rest of the game, after the Texans put up that first quarter touchdown, they got outscored 34-13. Kind of like when they played in the playoffs and the Texans were up 24-0, and the Chiefs outscored them 51-7 after that. So now what? I'm just asking. Now what? Did they look like they were better without Jadeveon Clowney? Did they look like they were better without DeAndre Hopkins? Let's look at the wide receivers real quick before we have to take our first break. Will Fuller, 8 catches, 112 yards, no touchdowns. Where was Randall Cobb? Where was Randall Cobb? Let me get to the box scores. I know ain't nobody gonna talk to me today because it's Friday. It's Freestyle Friday, and I'm not on one today, but I've been on one all week long. Before I get to it, I want to ask y'all to continue to lift your thoughts and prayers up for the family and the friends of Brother Hurley Morgan. Hurley Morgan, or H.M. Trey, as he wrote, phenomenal author. Good brother. I mean, not, I don't say that word, like good brother. 44 years young and passed away yesterday morning, early. He is a part of the publishing family that I'm a part of, where I wrote my book, and I was a collaborative writer on another project, going to be another collaborative writer on another project with them. We're a family. Peace in the Storm Publishing is a family. And we lost, well, I don't like to say lost because we know where he is, but one of our brothers passed. And I want y'all to keep his family in your prayers. He, beautiful daughter, fiance, mother, sister. Please keep the Morgan family in your prayers because, man, I'm telling you, that one hurt. That one right there hurt. So, but yeah, it's been a week, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's been a week. If I could have turned this one off and just did something else this week, I would have. If I could put this one on pause and just never come back to it, I would. All right, so let's look at the box score from last night. Can we look at the box score from last night? All right, let's break it down real quick. No, I'm not gonna do it. Y'all call me 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. Texan fans or Texan apologists or Bill O'Brien fans, whoever you want to be. Hit me up, 281-453-1000. Tell me, does your team look like, after one game against a good litmus test, a good measuring stick, the Kansas City Chiefs, do y'all look like y'all are better for having traded away DeAndre Hopkins for a second round and a fourth round pick and Jadeveon Clowney for what they got back from him? One of those players is not even on the team anymore. So hit me up. I want to know. 281-453-1000. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Again, I'm AJ Jones, and it's going to be an interesting day. I want to hear from you. All right, y'all, we'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me show.
Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian to Me show right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
Hi, this is TJ from South Park. I listen to the lunch break with AJ Jones on 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, y'all. Appreciate those prayers that are coming in. Monique Mosley, we appreciate that. Monique says condolences and prayers to the Morgan family, friends, and publishing family. Appreciate that. Let's see. I got some on text message as well. Donnie said, "Yo, man, I read one of his books. Definitely a good dude. Definitely gonna be praying." Appreciate you, Donnie. Yeah, if you don't know, just Google HM Trey. Just Google HM Trey or look up Hurley Morgan, Hurley Morgan on Facebook, and you'll see his page and his library of books. And let me tell you, dude is phenomenal. An amazing writer. I said last night we did a Facebook Live. I was supposed to be doing an interview about my book, but we literally lifted up and honored Hurley. And I said last night, Hurley was like in college. I'm talking about master's, PhD level for writing. I was like kindergarten. And Hurley encouraged me like I was on his level. And I was like, nah, bro, you man, go ahead, do what you're doing. Don't worry about me. I'll be all right. I'll figure it out. And Hurley was like, no, man, no, you just write. Just write, and God will put it where it needs to go. But don't doubt you and don't doubt your writing. And those words, when I tell you those words mean so much to me right now, with some stuff that's going on that, man, this brother believed in me when my gift hadn't even come to being yet. Like he was already there and was calling me up on his level, and I appreciate that. So again, this is a good brother, gonna be missed greatly. But his work and his legacy lives on. That was the other thing we talked about last night. We all have a piece of Hurley in us, and therefore we can't let that die. So y'all keep him in prayer. Keep his family in prayer. Keep his daughter in prayer, and keep the Peace in the Storm Publishing family in prayer, because we're hurting right now. This was significant. This was significant. So back to your Houston Texans. Are they better now than they were before? Let's see. C-Dub said, AJ, I was excited, and then I was frustrated, and then I said, it's the same old after watching the Texans last night. Bill O must go. We keep saying that. We keep saying that. And we all got caught up in, the moves. We got caught up in the conference calls. We got caught up in the, just in the stuff that makes you forget about what was really going on. Like, you can't talk your way to a championship. You can't convince people with your words that you're going to win a championship. After all that's said and done, you got to go out on the field, and then you got to do it. And you do it one game at a time. Now, that's game one. The Texans, watch this. They got 15 times to win 15 more games, or they got 15 times to lose 15 more games. I don't think they're going to go. We didn't think they were going to go undefeated, and we don't think that they're going to go winless. question will be, how many will they win and how many will they lose? And does this team, the way it's constructed and the way it's being led, give them the best chance to win more than they'll lose? I hope that made sense. Nobody thought they were going to go undefeated. So last night, they lost 3 in a row a couple of years ago and they won 9 straight. They can still do that. They can win next week and the week after that and lose the rest of them. We don't know. I don't think that'll happen, but we don't know. But all I'm saying is, I didn't look at David Johnson last night and forget about DeAndre Hopkins. I didn't look at Will Fuller last night and Randall Cobb and Brandon Cooks and forget about DeAndre Hopkins last night. In fact, truth be told, I missed DeAndre more after what I saw last night than before that. So, again, some of y'all listen to what Bill O'Brien says and y'all get goofy. Y'all get like, oh yeah, y'all too hard on him. Y'all too hard on him. Well, no, we ain't too hard on him. Dude just hadn't produced. At the end of the day, outside of AFC South Championship, the dude has not produced. So let me get to somebody who does produce. In fact, I'm so glad that you're on today, Sidney Brown, co-owner of the Texas Phoenix Fire, the champions for 2020 of the XFFL, joining us on the program today, not to talk about football and stuff, but to talk about, helping out in life and trying to help people who are in a tough situation right now. First of all, Sidney, good afternoon to you. How you doing?
Good afternoon.
You look pretty laid back. I know you've been running up and down that highway between Houston and Louisiana. Tell everybody what you've been doing and why you've been doing it.
Well, I actually have a co-owner, co-worker, should I say, who posted on Facebook how he had gone down to Lake Charles and how bad things were. Well, I thought about what my experience was with Harvey and how the news did not reflect the actual pain that our city was going through at that time. And it lit a fire into me. I started praying about it. And I started buying things. And then I thought about it. I said, I have almost 5,000 followers. I can make this possibly bigger than just me. So I did post on Facebook and I told my church that I was going to start collecting items. I was told one of my players that you happen to follow, her family is still in Lake Charles. And she said that they had no electricity. I believe somebody told me they needed water because their water was contaminated. And I just started going and buying gallons of water. And with the lights being out, I remember I used to see the battery operated lights at the dollar store. So I went from dollar store to dollar store buying all that they had. I heard that their roofs were torn off. So I bought tarps, anything that I thought would help them. I purchased those items. And I was contacted by a church, and the pastor initially told me that he would pay for a rental car. I hadn't even thought about a rental car. And he told me he would pay for a rental car and the gas. That fizzled out, but I did go on and get a rental car. And when my church heard that fizzled out, my church actually paid for the rental car. Some business owners within my church, they pitched in and paid for the gas. And like I told them, with them doing that, it relieved more money for me to be able to put towards buying items. So a friend and I got on the road yesterday. And we drove down to Lake Charles. And the thing that I didn't want to do was go to a Walmart and just pass out things at Walmart, because I understand everybody doesn't have transportation to get to that Walmart.
Right.
There are some people that are in need that, they're stuck in their homes or stuck in their neighborhoods. So I literally exited, I think it was Appaloosa's exit, and drove up and down streets and knocked on doors and asked people. A lot of the areas still don't have electricity. Some areas do, but it's a small area that I did see. Um, it's crazy because some places looked untouched. Some places, the entire house, and I'm not exaggerating, was a pile of lumber. It no longer stood. The house, some houses were completely destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, for people that were still in their homes, we put batteries, because I bought the batteries too, put the batteries in the lights, gave them, they asked for cleaning supplies. So I
Okay.
bought gloves,
Mm-hmm.
cleaning supplies, hand sanitizers, a face mask,
Mm-hmm.
things of this nature. And after I went door to door, and it was so heart touching because watching how some of these people were having to live. Do you know, like if I tried to offer them paper towels and they didn't need it, they would not take it. They were like, you
Oh
know,
wow.
someone already donated. That just touched my heart, you know, for them to be in such need, but they still, you know, they were like, someone else may need that, you
Yeah,
know, but I'm okay. I already have that. So it was a beautiful feeling and a hurting feeling at the same time,
I got
because
you.
to see the devastation, you know, to be able to help people is something that's in my heart, but the devastation is something serious. And I don't know when I'll be going back, but I'll definitely be going back. I did stop by a church. The church was just starting to get donations,
Okay.
so I did leave some things there just in case they could touch people that I could. But Lake Charles, and I only went to Lake. That wasn't the only place that was hit, but Lake Charles, they need our support and our love right now.
Absolutely. Sydney, do me a favor. Stay right there. I got to take a break. It'll be a quick one. When we come back, we want to talk a little bit more about how we as lunch breakers can help and lend our support to what's so desperately needed over there, and try and make some kind of difference. Because guess what? A lot of people helped us out during Hurricane Harvey from around the country. I had folks from North Carolina, from Florida, from other places, Ohio, Georgia, who helped us out during Hurricane Harvey. And I want to make sure that we do our part to pay it forward. Amen. So stay right there. We got Sydney Brown. She's joining us right now on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, kind of giving us an update on what's going on over in Lake Charles with the folks that got hit so bad by Hurricane Laura. And again, we want to hear from her again in just a second. We'll be right back right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all new 92.3 FM.
Legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
Now is a great time to replace your worn-out windows during the Renewal by Andersen 25-year savings event. Upgrade your home today. Buy 4 windows and get the 5th one free. Plus, get 12 months with no interest, no money down, and no payments. Call now. Get 4 windows and get the 5th one free. Installation and warranty included. Renewal by Andersen takes every CDC-recommended safety precaution to protect your family. For 25 years, people have trusted us for their window replacement needs, and you can. Call now to learn about our buy 4, get the 5th one free window replacement offer.
800-245-1537. 800-245-1537. 800-245-1537. That's 800-245-1537.
Interest accrues from date of purchase, but is waived if paid in full within 12 months. Other conditions apply. We've adjusted our operations to serve you safely following all CDC guidelines. Visit renewalbyandersen.com for details.
You're home. You're a diabetic. You need supplies, but you don't want to visit the pharmacy. What do? Call US Med for home delivery of your supplies. If you have diabetes and you're worried about going to a crowded pharmacy, pick up the phone in the safety and comfort of your home and let US Med deliver them to you with free shipping. And now if you test your blood sugar 4 more times a day and inject insulin 3 or more times a day, you may qualify to get a new continuous glucose monitor at little or no cost, which may eliminate the pain of pricking your fingers and helps you make smarter diabetes decisions. Plus, we'll send you a 90-day supply and bill your insurance company for you. Get some peace of mind. Call US Med today.
800-417-0851. 800-417-0851. That's 800-417-0851.
Hi, this is Sonia from Southeast Houston, and you're listening to The Lunch Break on 92.3 and KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones, along with my good friend Sydney Brown. She is one of the co-owners of the Texas Phoenix Fire. They are the 2020 XFFL champions, and she's being a champion in life right now. She is making sure that the folks over in Louisiana, over in Lake Charles, that they get the help that they need after getting hit hard by Hurricane Laura. And just talking about the devastation that she's seen since she's been driving over there, as well as the hearts of the people, not wanting to take anything that they didn't need, knowing that other people might have need of the stuff that they already have. Cindy, how can we help? Would you prefer people to cash app some stuff to you, money to you, or would you prefer that they actually buy some things and find a way to get it over to you or to one of these places that you think will be able to help?
I have opened it up where people can do what they're comfortable doing. Unfortunately, we live in a time where people run scams. So
Yeah.
some people are not comfortable sending money. They would prefer to out and buy things. In that instance, all they have to do is contact me. I will meet them somewhere and pick the item up. Some people don't have time with everything that's going on, to go shopping. So if they don't have time and they would prefer to cash at me, like I've put my cash app up, they can cash at me. Trust me, I've spent personally right at 500, and that's just personal what I bought. I had a carload full of stuff, a trunk full of stuff. And my thing is, I want people to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And I post things on Facebook, like I post on there. Now, the one thing I don't do is I don't post the part of me handing things to people because I don't want it to look like I don't know, some people take it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I don't want to impose on their privacy.
Yeah.
But I tried to film the trip, kind of hard driving, but part of me going there, I took pictures while I was there, so people can see that this is real.
Yeah.
And I when you can't see things, sometimes you don't understand. You don't understand the depth of it, because although people told me it was bad, until I went down there and had to back up because there are live wires on the ground, had to turn around, had to do it and see the things that I saw, I didn't understand.
Yeah.
The amount of devastation that was there.
Yeah, I know. You were talking about how a number of people are still without electricity in the area, and we're pushing 2 weeks now, and folks are still without electricity. Talk about that and what folks are doing to try and just have some type of electricity in their lives.
To be honest with you, I want to say about 70%. It looked like about 70% of people were still without electricity.
Wow.
And like I say, they had their doors open. I don't know how they're eating. A van came by while I was, passing out things, and they were passing out food. They were asking people, were they hungry? So there are people like me, because the lady, I think she said she came from Arkansas. And there are other people that are trying to help. I did go to the Walmart that was not very close to the neighborhood where I was passing out things. It was not close at all. It was off of Cameron, I think Cameron Drive or Cameron Boulevard.
Yeah.
And they had a place where they had set up to feed people. But like
Mm-hmm.
I say, it wasn't close. There literally are. I passed, and I should have taken a picture of it, where the house fell on the vehicle because the vehicle was under like a shed, and it fell on the vehicle. So they don't have a house or a vehicle, So everyone doesn't have transportation to go to these places. So I said next time I might even like cook food and pass out plates and things of that nature. The one thing that I didn't think about, I thought about the portable light, but I didn't think about portable fans because it's hot,
Yeah.
and they have no electricity, no circulation. Everybody can't afford to get a generator,
Right.
So some people just, hot. And I told the woman, I apologized to her. I said, I didn't even think about it, but that will be the next thing I try to buy. I'll try to find some portable fans that are battery operated or, something of that nature to try to help out with that. And more lights. They love the lights. They're like, at nighttime we can't see anything because the street lights aren't
Right.
working. The lights aren't working. In some places the lights are gone. The lights aren't even standing anymore. They're literally it blew the lights away. And I
Wow.
mean traffic light.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be a long time trying to get this back together. This is not something that's going to happen within the week or so. I mean, that's how much devastation.
Yeah, yeah. This is Sydney Brown, y'all. She is the one of the co-owners of the Texas Phoenix Fire. Again, they are the XFFL 2020 champs. But again, that's not her focus today. Her focus is on the lives of our brothers and sisters just a little bit east of us in Lake Charles, Louisiana, who took a direct hit from Hurricane Laura. And, now that the media is not talking about it because, they're talking about other stuff, the problem hadn't gone away. Like she said, about 70% is still without electricity. Folks' homes are still destroyed. There's still power lines that are down. There's still situations where folks don't have transportation to be able to get to some of the places where they can get either resources or material to rebuild their houses and homes and what have you. They can't get there because of destruction to their vehicles. So she has been driving from Houston to Lake Charles, taking what she can and trying to get it out to who she sees. Like she said, she dropped some stuff off at some people at a Walmart, but then she wanted to get out to other places where folks, again, might not be able to get out of. So she's driven through the communities there. She's found a church there that, is just starting to get back up and running and making sure that they have resources to pass out to the folks that they're trying to help. So how can we help? Listen, like she said, let's do whatever you're comfortable with. If you, Sydney Brown is a follower of the show. So, Sydney, I want you to, make a comment on the stream right there. Just kind of make a comment on there so people can see your link, and then they can click on and they can inbox you and they can make direct connection with you to either get you some material or supplies, especially cleaning supplies and masks and gloves and stuff like that. Those battery operated lights, those battery operated fans and what have you, to get you those things, or connect with you and get your direct cash app so that they can send you the money to be able to purchase some of those things. But lunch breakers, let's do what we can to help our brothers and sisters over there in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Cindy, is there anything else that you can think that we can do and need to do? Yeah.
Pray outside of the works of actually going and helping and supplying them. Prayer, because prayer changes things. And like I say, the people are so humbled and so nice, and I just wished I could do more.
Yeah, I know that we'll definitely do that. That goes without question. And I mean, it'll be intentional and deliberate prayer. There are groups out there that a lot of times want to do community service projects, but you said a very key thing. This is not to be filmed. This is not to be promoted as if, look what we did. This has to come from the heart. So if you cannot do it without self-promotion, without Facebooking it, without, Instagramming it, then don't do it. But if there are groups out there that want to connect with you and want to partner with you, again, if you don't mind, put your make that comment, let folks connect with you one-on-one, because I know that there are some goodwill groups out there that can help provide some additional, manpower for what it is needs to be done out there in Louisiana.
Can I add one more thing?
Absolutely.
A lot of times people sit back and they say things like, well, they'll get FEMA, or, they can go to other large organizations. From my experience, a lot of times don't trickle down to the people that actually need it. A Red Cross,
You better preach.
that's the other one I was thinking about. But a lot, it doesn't trickle down to the people who are actually in need. The other thing that I plan on taking clothes. If they don't have electricity, they can't wash their clothes.
Right.
So I went and bought T-shirts, and little items. Also, the last house I stopped at, they had about 4 or 5 kids between the ages of like 5 and 10. They may or may not been siblings or whatever, but I neglected to buy like coloring books or things like that to give the kids something to do, because the kids can't go to school.
Yeah.
That the schools are closed, everything is closed. So
Yeah.
that is something that I neglected to do. I didn't think about the kids. I was thinking about, cleaning supplies, how to help the adults. But if anybody wants to buy like coloring books and colors, or, they have different toys or things that a child may keep their attention.
Yeah.
That would be, and if you see the lights, because everybody was so happy because they're like, at night now I can see through the house because I have these lights.
Yeah.
There are different types you can purchase. If you see them, because they're not easy to find. It's about 6 different stores before I found the first one.
Wow.
So if you see them, please buy. If you don't want to help see them, buy them. I'll reimburse you. But they're definitely needed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so thankful for you, because you got a truly heart. You truly have a heart for God's people, because you try to think about everything, and you don't have to apologize. If you didn't think about it at first, you got a heart to think about it now, because that about the coloring books, and when you said that, I thought about just something for the kids to occupy, because they don't understand. They don't understand, and parents try not to involve their kids in grown-up stuff. So just something that will occupy them, so the parents can do what they need to do to get things back to normal as quickly as possible, is invaluable. It's invaluable. So again, Sydney Brown, you can follow her right here on Facebook. You can you can inbox her. You can make whatever contributions, donations that you feel comfortable with. Not asking for money if that's not what you want to do. And like she said, stop. Please don't with the whole they should have done this and they could have done that, and all they got to do is do this. Let me tell you something. Just stop that. Right now, they need tangible help. And if you can't help, then do me a favor. Don't get in the way. We don't need supervisors. We don't need life coaches right now. We need people who can help. And I don't say that disrespectfully, but y'all know me. I don't cut corners and I don't mix words. You know where I stand. Keep all that on the side. If you got a prophetic word, write it down and mail it to yourself. It bless you, then let it emanate from you. We don't need all that right now. What we need is tangible, physical help for these good people out there in Lake Charles. Okay, can we get that? If obedience is better than sacrifice, if you can't do that, then you're making it more about you than it is about them. And I say, stop it. All right, Cindy Brown, don't worry about me. Let me handle the rough part. You just keep doing what you're doing. You are an angel. And we pray your traveling grace. We pray protection over you. We pray that no danger will befall you as you go to and fro to bless the people. And we just thank you for your heart, which is not on yourself, but on what you can do to bless somebody else. And we do. We thank God for you. And again, we'll be following up, because I believe today is going to be a good outpouring. And if it's not, that's okay. Every little bit helps. Can you hear me, Sydney? Did we lose you?
It went out for a second, but I'm back.
Okay. All right. Well, we're up against a break.
Thank you.
No, we love you. We love you, Sydney. And I'll be following up with you after the show because I know we got some stuff that I want to get to you, and I'm going to send some other stuff over your way. So, again, y'all, help where you can. Do what you can. Sydney, again, thank you, love. You are absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to Sydney Brown later. Again, y'all do what y'all can to help. I wanted it to be about this today because, it's not only the 19th anniversary of 9/11, but it's a day where we really just need to focus on other people. And as I always say at the end of the show, let's not be divided. Let's be united. This is something that we can unite behind. You don't have to be a Democrat or Republican to get behind this. You don't have to be black or white to get behind this. You don't have to be a Christian or a non-believer to be behind this. This is just a human issue. Are you human? Are you breathing? I'm not trying to coerce you or manipulate you. If you can't help, you can't help. If you don't want to help, you don't want to help. That's okay. But this is something that we ought to, if you got a heart to do it, let's do it. All right. All right. Let me get ready to take a break. We'll be right back with more right after the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all new 92.3 FM. It is our Freestyle Friday.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? Quick Cash Offer can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes.
This is a potter's field. When people can't pay for their funerals, they are buried here. It is a lonely, desolate place, littered with unmarked headstones. No one visits. No one leaves flowers. But it doesn't have to be that way. For as low as $1 a day, you can ensure your family will have the money to pay your funeral expenses. We offer burial insurance plans that pay up to $30,000. Considering the average funeral costs more than $10,000, that's peace of mind for your family. There are no medical exams, your rates won't increase, and your policy cannot be canceled as long as you make your premium payments. Call now to get approved in minutes and ensure your final resting place is more than just a pauper's grave in a potter's field.
800-308-6729. 800-308-6729. 800-308-6729. That's 800-308-6729. Paid for by Final Expense Direct.
I'm going to tell you how you can get real health insurance for as little as $6 a day. Yes, now you can get affordable health insurance for you and your family immediately, starting at just $6 a day. And coverage is guaranteed regardless of your medical condition. That's right, for about $6 a day, you can have guaranteed health insurance. And there's dental, vision, and prescription coverage too. You owe it to yourself and your family to make this free call right now and learn more. There are no deductibles, no waiting period, no contracts, and coverage is guaranteed. Call National Health right now for your risk-free, guaranteed health insurance quote, starting at just $6 a day. Call now.
800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. That's 800-797-0921. Paid for by GoHealth.
You're home. You're a diabetic. You need supplies, but you don't want to visit the pharmacy. What do? Call US Med for home delivery of your supplies. If you have diabetes and you're worried about going to a crowded pharmacy, pick up the phone in the safety and comfort of your home and let US Med deliver them to you with free shipping. And now if you test your blood sugar 4 more times a day and inject insulin 3 or more times a day, you may qualify to get a new continuous glucose monitor at little or no cost, which may eliminate the pain of pricking your fingers and helps you make smarter diabetes decisions. Plus, we'll send you a 90-day supply and bill your insurance company for you. Get some peace of mind. Call US Med today.
800-417-0851. 800-417-0851. That's 800-417-0851.
Now, back to the lunch break.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It's our Freestyle Friday. And again, it was on my heart, given everything that's going on right now, to have Sydney Brown on to talk about the situation going on in Louisiana. Again, we've been mindful of a whole lot of things, but let's not forget about our brothers and sisters over there, because they didn't forget about us during Harvey. I mean, we got a lot of stuff from Louisiana. We got stuff from North Carolina. T. Barnes, big shout out to you. We got a lot of stuff from family in Atlanta, a lot of stuff from folks up in Ohio and different places, and we appreciate you. So, again, it's our turn to see about those who saw about us in our time of need. So, again, I want to thank Sydney Brown for coming on and for giving us that real live update on what's going on. I also just pinned her information on the Facebook stream. If you're listening to me on KYOK, AM 1140 and FM 92.3 FM, and you want to do something to help, just reach out to me, 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. And I'll make sure that your contributions get to Sydney and that she can, use that to get to the folks. And somebody's responded real quickly. I appreciate it. Let's see. I think looks like somebody just sent this to me, and I appreciate it. I can't see it, but it's from the Rapid Response Ministry Supply Distribution, and they're setting up some conference calls with people, with ministers in Louisiana to help in that area. So thank you, whoever sent that information over to me. I will definitely make contact with these folks, and I'll make sure that we get connected with them, as well as work through Sydney Brown to get that information over there. See, I love y'all. That's why I'm learning how not to be afraid to put this stuff out. And somebody said, "Why would you be afraid?" I don't like to bother people. I don't like to bother people, and I don't like people to bother me. I'm just having real talk with you real quick. People are going through with Corona, with being laid off, or underemployed, or having hours cut back, you name it. Folks are going through their issues. I don't like to bother folks. In fact, I really want to use this time between 12 and 2 to encourage folks, but life goes on. We got the elections going on, we got division, racial injustice, and people are passing away, people are sick, what have you. I don't like to bother folks. And sometimes I got to get over my own fears and my own uncomfortability to let people know that other people need help. It ain't about me. It's about me using the platform to make sure that of other people out there that need help. So, I just wanted to do that today. And Sydney Brown was a perfect person to do that with, because I've been watching. Y'all don't understand. I watch people. I'm a people person in a different way than you do. You know what that means. I watch people. And she never once promoted, oh, look at me, I'm passing out stuff out here in Louisiana. Yay. Well, Texas Phoenix Fire. She didn't do that. The only thing I saw her said, we're on the way to Louisiana. We thank God for these people who donated these things. We want to make sure that we bless. That's it. So, perfect person to say, how can we help you do what you've been led to do to help those good folks out there? So again, if you're listening on KYOK, if you're listening on FM 92.3, if you're listening on the World Wide Web, kyokradio.org, and you want to get to me so that you can get to Sydney Brown, just hit me up, aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com, or you can text me, 832-403-5005, 832-403-5005, okay? All right, so, was just kind of looking back at this Rockets game. In fact, let me find this email message that came in earlier. I'm sorry, text messages that came in earlier. Essence said, AJ, I've been listening to you for a while. Never called, never text, but I had to say something today. I'm starting to think you were right. I'm starting to think that you were right about Bill O'Brien and the Houston Texans. They don't look any better. How long? My boyfriend loves the Texans, but I'm starting to ask him, how long? Essence, don't get in trouble fooling with me, baby. Don't get in trouble fooling with me, but all I know is what I know, and that's what I know. All I know is what I know, And that's what I know. I'm not caught up in the hype. I'm not caught up in the fandom. And listen, you can have fandom for a bad team. I'm a fan of the Cincinnati Bengals, for crying out loud. I'm a fan of the New Orleans Saints. I was a fan of the New Orleans Saints when they couldn't spell playoffs. The head coach said, playoffs? 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 I was alive back then. I know what fandom is. You can be a fan of your team and still be honest about them. They're not good. I'm not saying they're horrible. I'm not saying they're trash. But when you have a head coach / general manager tell you that they are better for having given away, and I said giveaway because that's what they did, one of, if not the best wide receiver in the game, and got nothing back for him. When you just add up what they got back for a wide receiver of that quality, who is now the highest paid non-quarterback in the game, you can't tell me that that was a good trade. You can't tell me that your team is better for having gotten rid of him. You just can't. And when you add up the production offensively that you got last night without him, it's twofold. Deshaun wasn't as comfortable as he would have been with his favorite target and best friend on the field. And the other guys did not step up to pick up the slack. Randall Cobb, Brandon Cooks, and folks want to say, well, it was Deshaun. He didn't spread the ball around. Hey, y'all better learn. I'm not easily persuaded. If the guys didn't get open, if they didn't fight to separate from the defensive back, if they didn't put themselves in a position for Deshaun to get them the ball, that's on them. That is not on Deshaun. We saw Deshaun doing a lot more of what he did before, running around for his life. Don't tell me he was holding the ball too long. You hold the ball when guys don't get open. And Will Fuller caught 8 balls for 112 yards. Good, great. But he didn't make me forget about DeAndre Hopkins. He didn't make me forget about DeAndre Hopkins. Down near the goal line, what do? They throw the ball to DeAndre Hopkins. They didn't get it done. They tried a 50-plus yard field goal, and Kylie Fairborn missed it with no fans, few fans in the stand, and no distractions. And that was one of the first guys that Bill O'Brien signed to contract extensions, the kicker. So I'm sorry, y'all. Be a fan, but be an honest fan, be an educated fan. Now you see why people are saying that not Jacksonville, Tampa. Come on, Andre, get it right. Now you see why people are saying Tennessee and Indianapolis have just as good, if not a better chance to win the AFC South than your Houston Texans. DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Watson as a tandem, as a duo, gave that team a better chance than most. Most teams didn't have that kind of quarterback and that kind of wide receiver on their team. Tennessee didn't have it, and Indianapolis definitely didn't have it. The Texans had it, and they gave it away. They broke it up. So now they're no better than Tennessee and the Colts. And that's why you see people thinking that Arizona is going to be better. Those kind of tandems, when you look at those kind of tandems throughout history that have been on a championship level, with maybe the outside exception of the of the New England Patriots, because they haven't always done it with a top flight wide receiver. We saw that year that Randy Moss and Tom Brady were together. They got beat by a better New York Giant team. But Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin, come on. You've had several throughout history. Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. You've had several throughout history. I'm just saying. Brett Favre and Shannon Sharp. Not Brett Favre and Shannon Sharp. Shannon was the other Sharp brother, the one who hurt his neck. I'm just saying. So we'll see. We'll see. Texan fans, you got 15 more games. Y'all can go 15-1. You can go 15-1. I'm not buying it. I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid. I'm focused as a fan. I'm focused on the Saints and the Bengals. I'm focused on the Saints. Sterling Sharp. Thank you, Willie Gibbs. Willie, call me. Call me, Willie. I didn't get to call you back last night. Call me, Willie, when you can. Hit me up in the second hour. Hit me up just after the second hour if you're able to. 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. I'm just saying. Texans gave away a divisional advantage that they had. They gave it away. They just flat out gave it away. For what? A second round and a fourth round draft choice? On that. Texans got outplayed last night. Time of possession, 34 minutes plus for Kansas City, 25 plus for the Texans. 28 first downs for Kansas City, 21 for the Texans. Watch this. This is how you know what went down. Third down efficiency, Kansas City 7 for 13, over 50% on third down, 4 for 10 for the Texans. The Texans couldn't get off the field on third down. The defense that was supposedly better without Romeo Crennel was not. Total yards, 377 for Kansas City, 371 for the Texans. But here's the thing, 67 plays for Kansas City, 58 for the Texans. Kansas City held the ball. Texans didn't get it very often. Defense wasn't giving them the ball back. So, you can say what you want to say, call me what you want to call me, hater, I'll be all of that. But your team is not quite there yet. I'll say it like that. Your team is not quite there yet. All right, let me see. I got to look. Y'all got me about to miss my Sybil Wilkes update. Fooling with these Texans fans. So let me get Sybil Wilkes on here. Let's get an update on COVID-19, and then we'll see if we can't talk to Willie Gibson in the second hour. All right, here's Sybil Wilkes. We'll be right back right after this.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today about the coronavirus. Last week, over 800,000 Americans filed for first-time jobless claims. The number of claims filed remained unchanged from the previous week. As of August 22nd, over 29 million Americans continue to claim some form of benefits under the government's various assistance programs. A new study by the Healthcare Cost Institute found that fewer Americans are using preventative healthcare services during the pandemic. Immunizations in children dropped by about 60% in mid-April, and mammograms and pap smears were down by 80% from last year. Mall owners, Simon Property Group, and Brookfield Property Partners are negotiating a deal to buy JCPenney out of bankruptcy and keep that retailer running. The purchase will save about 70,000 jobs and avoid liquidation of the department store, which filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in mid-May. Please visit SybilWilkes.com to subscribe to my free daily newsletter. Be informed, be empowered.
I'm Ben Tankett, and you are listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all, we're back here on The Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones, and I'm getting those text messages already. Oh, man. Listen, y'all, I ain't mad at y'all. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't trying to make you hate your team, and I'm certainly not trying to hate on your team. Didn't I tell y'all the Texans were going to lose by double digits? I didn't say that. I said the Texans were going to lose by 3. I said, 20? I think I said 24-21 or something like that. My bad. I was off by 10. 34-20. So there you go. I admit it. I was wrong. Let me get out of the way. Let's hit the top of the hour. We'll be right back with more right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from that. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house.
Sorry,
it's a wrap.
My bad.
Game over.
My bad. Somebody was just calling me. It was probably Willie Gibson, and I was reading a text message. So call me back if you can. 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. It's Freestyle Friday. I'm AJ Jones. And, man, I tell you, well, what a week. What a week. But for all you Houston sports fans last night was a night to forget. I mean, you had the Astros lose their 7th out of their last 8 games, 3-1. To the Oakland A's. Thank goodness they ain't got to play the A's no more. They got to fool with the Dodgers next. And they'll do that in L.A., taking on the Dodgers tomorrow just after 7. Then you had the Rockets. I don't know. Did the Rockets just come out flat? What was the deal? Were they distraught because of the Daniel House? They got dropped. They were down by 23. You can't do that in a game that you need to win. And then they tried to come on strong at the end. I think they hit like 5-6 3-pointers in a row, got it within 10. And they lost by 10. You can't do that against the LA Lakers. So they're down 3-1. It's win or get out the bubble tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on TNT. And then the Texans got off to an early 7-0 lead against Kansas City. Everybody was jiggling and wiggling. Texans. And guess what? You got dog walked again. Outscored 34-13, losing 34-20 to the Kansas City Chiefs, who are no longer worried about the Houston Texans. They're just not worried about y'all. If they can come back from 24-0, you think they were worried about being down 7-0? I mean, tough night for Texan fans. Let me go to the phone line. Hello, you're live on a lunch break. Who's this?
Willie Gibson.
What's up, Willie? How you doing?
All is well. How are you?
Willie, can I borrow your voice for the weekend? I'm trying to see something.
For a substantial fee, sure.
I'm trying to see something, bro.
Yeah.
I want to borrow your voice. I want to say, on 1 in a million. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, I would stay in trouble if I had your voice.
Yes. Happened to time or 7.
Bro, listen, don't amen with me. I'm gonna get you in trouble. You're gonna be sleeping on the sofa, and you be like, that doggone AJ, I can't stand him.
Oh, we don't do that. No, sir.
I hear you. Willie, what happened to the Houston teams yesterday?
Before I answer that, can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
On Sunday, will the fans be socially distanced at the FBO when the team jet comes back from Orlando?
Oh man.
Asking for a friend. Is that not it? Asking for a friend?
Yeah, man. That's it. That's how you ask whatever you want, and then you close it out with, "I'm asking for a friend." Willie, they're not going to lose tomorrow night. They're not going to lose tomorrow night. I said they were going to lose 4-2, so they got to win tomorrow night. Now, whether they're going to be social distance on the next flight, a couple of days after that, I don't know. But I got to believe on everything I love that the Rockets are going to pull up some kind of measure of pride and faith and tenacity and grit and all those other words that people pull up in times like this. They're going to circle the wagons. This is going to be their last stand. They're going to pull together the camaraderie, all that stuff. They're going to do that, right, tomorrow night?
They may do all that. However, the kid from Akron is in the closeout game, and the Clippers play tonight in the closeout game. So if the Clippers close out Denver tonight, there's no way in the world Houston's winning tomorrow.
Yeah, because folks don't realize that LeBron James's game has gears. Like, folks don't know about them 5 speeds and those really fancy cars, 16 speeds and stuff like that. They'll know about that kind of stuff. LeBron James will put it in a different gear and will drive those LA Lakers reminiscent. Now, I'm not saying he and this person's game was the same, but when Magic Johnson hit a different gear with the Lakers in Showtime, everybody followed. Everybody turned their game up. And that's what could happen tomorrow night if LeBron gets an extra dose of motivation by the Clippers winning tonight, if they're able to do that.
Absolutely. And even, the Clippers would add another level of motivation, but against a closeout game, you don't get opportunities to close out teams very often. So you don't want to squander that. I think LeBron is letting his team know today, listen, you got these guys on the ropes, and they know how great the Rockets are. Let's not get it twisted. The Rockets are down 3-1, but that's a great team. So he knows at any point they get any inkling that they can be successful in this series, they're going to jump on it. So he does not, kick them, for lack of a better term, kick them while they're down and make sure they close out tomorrow night.
And that's the thing. A lot of folks don't realize that closeout gene, that closeout mentality is different. It's not, you don't luck your way into a closeout game. You got guys who know how to go in there and put them down. Don't even give them any more measure of hope. Let them know it's over. And, we've heard it before that the Rockets don't have that killer gene, that gene that puts teams down when they've got the advantage. And I keep going back to it, and I can't get away from it. You Rockets were up 3-2 on Golden State. The Rockets had home court advantage. They had 2 chances to win 1. They won none. So, again, the Rockets have, 3 chances to win 2? I don't know.
And not only that, you go back to James Harden a few years back in San Antonio.
Yeah.
In the closeout.
Yeah.
And so it's like, unfortunately, he's developing a reputation of he can't pose it.
But see, and you bring up a good point. We got Willie Gibson joining us, broadcast journalist from Columbus, Ohio, covers the Ohio State Buckeyes, the Big Ten, and the Cleveland Browns. What you got to understand, James Harden can't score 50 tonight and they lose. That just can't happen. James Harden has to do what he does and the Rockets win and then do it again and go from there. But he can't have a great game tonight, they lose, and we just say, oh, well, look, James did his part. That's not what the star, quote-unquote superstar of your team has to be about. He's got to get everybody to the promised land, or he's on a whole lower level than LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and guys like that.
Without question. He's the straw that stirs the drink in Houston. For everybody that wants to say it's Russ's fault, and Russ is not doing this, and Russ is not doing that, and we're missing House, and Eric Gordon shot 2 for 7 the other night. It's number 13.
Yeah, I was going to say, they got to stop that. I mean, they got to stop that. It's kind of like when they said, oh, well, the Rockets didn't beat Golden State because they didn't have Chris Paul. I said that too. And when Steve Kerr said, well, we didn't have Andre Iguodala, and I was just like, Andre Iguodala, I mean, da-da-da-da-da. I got what he was saying. If you're now saying that your best guy wasn't good enough, then we should have won if we had had Andre Iguodala. If you can't get James Harden to take whoever they've got and get them to the promised land, then he is not on the same level as LeBron, Kobe, Magic, and those guys who have done it not once, not twice, but repeatedly.
Without question. So, what's the next move? If they, let's say for all intents and purposes, it is a 4-1 gentleman's sweep tomorrow. What's the move in Houston now? I know you talked. Is it Morey? Is it James Harden? Where does James Harden go? How do they get him out of there?
That's where Morey's got to do his job before somebody does a job on Morey. I mean, it's that simple. It's just me talking. I see it differently. Everybody says blow up the team, getting rid of Russ or Harden, or no, getting rid of Russ and all the guys around James and rebuild around James. The three people to me that you got to break up and do something different with are Morey, D'Antoni, and Harden. You cannot keep building around those three and think you're going to get something different. We saw Dwight Howard with Harden. We saw, Chris Paul with Harden. We saw Russell Westbrook, a childhood friend with Harden. You got 2 league MVPs on this team, and they still can't get it done? Well, then guess what? You got to fire Morey first, and then you fire D'Antoni, and then you figure out how to make that work underneath it. But there's no way you can bring those 3 back and expect to have something better than, what they got this year or the year before.
Me personally, I move on from Morey. The Capella trade alone. When I saw it, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This kid is a young, big, and I never mind the D'Antoni on small ball. This kid, reasonable contract, and then per NBA standards. Why do you move him? And then you got back Covington. I mean, I don't know. That to me, that was the thing at the end for me.
Well, let me just say this. With Clint Capella, one thing that I understand was this guy's game is really limited. His game is really limited. Outside of the pick and roll, the alley-oop, there's no mid-range jump shot. There's no creating his own shot. If he doesn't clean it up off the rim, off the backboard, or, alley-oop or pick and roll, you got nothing. And he got exposed. You're not playing Golden State anymore, but he got exposed in those Golden State matchups because that was all he could do. So either they didn't coach him up right or he just didn't have it. I felt like he didn't have it when they moved him on. Stay right there if you can. Let me take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's Freestyle Friday. We'll be back with Willie Gibson right after this on the legendary KYOK.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no-judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
How'd you like to eliminate your expensive cable bill forever or get new satellite internet where cable can't go? Well, now you can have affordable satellite internet service for a few dollars a day. All you need is a mini satellite installed, and you can have unlimited internet connections wirelessly in your home or office. And no cable boxes means unlimited connections and no clutter. You can surf the internet or stream any of your favorite television services with no cable. And the best part is, satellite internet service costs only a few dollars a day for your entire home. Yes, fast internet to surf or stream television for a few bucks a day. Call now for free details and learn how to drop your expensive cable bill.
800-712-8044. 800-712-8044. 800-712-8044. That's 800-712-8044.
This is Brian Courtney Wilson, and you're listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Freestyle Friday, day that we're kind of remembering what happened 19 years ago, 9/11. And day that we're trying not to make sure that, or we're trying to make sure we don't get our friends, brothers and sisters over there in Lake Charles, Louisiana, doing all that today. Let me go back to Willie Gibson, broadcast journalist all the way from Columbus, Ohio. He's a graduate of The Ohio State University and covers the Big Ten as well as the Cleveland Browns. So, Willie, as we were talking, man, I think the three that you got to break up, if this goes south, like you said, the gentleman's sweep, you got to break up Maury, you got to break up D'Antoni, and you got to figure out something with James Harden. Like, he's not going to let anybody else come in here and be the man, and it has not worked with him being the man. So what do you do?
Well, number one, you have to attempt to move on from him because he's the constant, and I just don't know that contract. What was it, $168 million extension?
Man, let me just say this. If they move the Chris Paul contract, they can move anybody's contract. If they can move the Russ Westbrook contract, they can move anybody's contract. So they can do it. You know, fans might not like what they get back for it, but you got to move something before you can do something. And, you know, again, my dad used to say, do the hard stuff first, because after that, everything else will be easier.
Fair enough. That being said, you have to. I think you have to because, I mean, the West is not getting any weaker. I mean, you look at it, Golden State is coming back. You know, the Splash Brothers are coming back healthy. They have a top 5 pick.
Yep.
So they're coming back.
Yep.
Dallas is getting stronger. The Clippers aren't going anywhere. The Lake Show isn't going anywhere. Memphis is coming. I mean, Sacramento, Phoenix, Denver,
New Orleans.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just saying that's my point. When you look at what teams are doing, and you're gonna keep doing the same thing, so you're good being 4th, 5th. You know, you're gonna mess around, think you're gonna at least be 4th or 5th, and you're gonna find yourself 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere right in there, close but not there.
I'll say this. You know, call it a hot take if you want, but if they stay pat, bring back the status quo, they're in the lottery next year. Just the fact that all those other teams are getting better, I mean, they're in the lottery next year. They're not making the playoffs next year. Bring it back, Russ, Westbrook, and small ball. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, man. I want to argue that. I want to say, no, man. Okay, that's too far right there. It's very possible. It's very doable. It might be unlikely, but it's very possible. It's very doable. And again, that's not the kind of future that you want to have in a season where you were supposed to win it now. Think about this. Golden State was no longer on the table. The team that kept you from getting there the last several years has been who? Golden State. And everybody else made changes. Your big change was Russ Westbrook, and you still don't get there? Nah, bro, you got to do something else. Willie didn't like that. Willie? Oh, Willie. All right, we lost him. Willie, call us back if you can. We lost you. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. Love talking with him and some of the other folks that we get a chance to talk with right here on the show. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. We'll take your calls. Let me see. I got one here. This one is from Junius. Junius, what's going on, dude? Let me see. Junius said, Texan fans out there don't have anything to worry about. They're going to be fine. But to your point, we don't look like we are better than we were before. That's on BO. I agree with you. And that's been my whole thing. I mean, at the end of the day, does this team look like they're better without DeAndre Hopkins and without, and I'm going to keep throwing in Jadeveon Clowney, because one of the assets that you got from Jadeveon Clowney is not even on the team anymore. So you can't keep saying, oh, we turned this into this, we turned that into that. Nope, he ain't on the team. It's a bad trade. All right. I'm sorry. Willie, stay right there. I got to take a quick break. Right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
You're home. You're a diabetic. You need supplies, but you don't want to visit the pharmacy. What do? Call US Med for home delivery of your supplies. If you have diabetes and you're worried about going to a crowded pharmacy, pick up the phone in the safety and comfort of your home and let US Med deliver them to you with free shipping. And now if you test your blood sugar 4 more times a day and inject insulin 3 or more times a day, you may qualify to get a new continuous glucose monitor at little or no cost, which may eliminate the pain of pricking your fingers and helps you make smarter diabetes decisions. Plus, we'll send you a 90-day supply and bill your insurance company for you. Get some peace of mind. Call US Med today.
800-417-0851. 800-417-0851. That's 800-417-0851.
Now is a great time to replace your worn-out windows during the Renewal by Anderson 25-year savings event. Upgrade your home today. Buy 4 windows and get the 5th one free. Plus, get 12 months with no interest, no money down, and no payments. Call now. Get 4 windows and get the 5th one free. Installation and warranty included. Renewal by Anderson takes every CDC-recommended safety precaution to protect your family. For 25 years, people have trusted us for their window replacement needs, and you can too. Call now to learn about our buy 4, get the 5th one free window replacement offer.
800-245-1537. 800-245-1537. 800-245-1537. That's 800-245-1537.
Interest accrues from date of purchase, but is waived if paid in full within 12 months. Other conditions apply. We've adjusted our operations to serve you safely following all CDC guidelines. Visit renewalbyanderson.com for details.
Yeah, this is Jonathan Joseph with the Houston Texans.
All right. Hey, that was the other thing. How did the secondary look last night? You know, Jonathan Joseph is going, oh, Jonathan Joseph, too slow, lost the step. Gotta go. Bradley Roby and what's my guy's name from Kentucky? Lonnie Johnson Jr. and all these other guys. How'd that secondary look last night? All right, so anyway, let me get back to Willie Gibson. Willie, is that you?
It is me.
Yeah, these phone lines be hating, bro. You had us on the way to winning a sports Pulitzer Prize, and the phone lines decided to hate on you, and I apologize.
No problem. Let's get it back.
Let's get it back, bro. Todd Malcolm is not your boy, though. Let me tell you. He said Willie fell asleep.
I see that. I saw love. It's LOVE.
Yeah, and El Michelle went in on him. She went in on him. She gave him a strong talking to. She said, that's messed up, Todd.
Way to have my back.
Yeah. You got to watch El Michelle, though, bro. You got to watch her.
You said that. I didn't.
I'm messing with her, man. I'm messing with her. So we had a great guest on yesterday. Did you enjoy that head coach yesterday?
I did, Coach Franklin.
Yeah, Coach Franklin.
Yeah, I did.
Man. Dude was legit, man. I enjoyed his energy and his focus, man. I knew nothing about Liberty ILO up there in that Texarkana area, but yeah, I got them locked in on my updates now.
Oh, without question.
Yeah. Hey, I know you're up there in Columbus. What happened to Moeller High School? Are they still a powerhouse? When I was at Forest Park, Moeller lost 2 games in 2 years, and both of them were by dynamic fashion. Like 1 year, Princeton beat them. I think another year, Fairfield or one of those schools like that got them. But what happened to them? Are they no longer the big powerhouse up there?
No. Well, they're still pretty decent. They're still in the mix right now. I don't have a lot of time to follow high school football as I used to. But I mean, they've 1-1 this year. They came down to Columbus and took an L to Bishop Hartley, but they still pretty much holding their own.
Yeah, I got you. I wondered about that because Jerry Faust was the first head coach in high school to go from high school to Notre Dame. It didn't work out, but still, he got that because of the way he was putting it out there at Notre Dame. I mean, at Moeller High School. In fact, Cincinnati Moeller was one of the first mythical high school national champs when they started, kind of covering that. USA Today had put out their thing, and Cincinnati Moeller was one of those ones that stayed on that list. But times have changed. Now it's Katy High School and North Shore, and we got it on lockdown here in Texas. I know y'all struggling up there in Ohio.
I take that back. They were 2-8 last year in Moeller, so
Willie said, upon further review.
Yeah, I'll take that back.
I wonder I wonder who's coaching them now. I wonder if they went with one of their former players. Let me tell you how bad Moeller used to be. Walking the same hallways, you had the Larkin brothers, and then you had Griffey. I know a lot of people don't know this family, but they had a couple of guys go to the pros, the Francisco family, Hiawatha Francisco. I forget his older brother. You had all these guys walking the same hallways, at the same school. You had Barry Larkin that played baseball, of course, Hall of Fame baseball player. His brother Mike was a phenomenal football player. That boy hit you, and you still feel it like after the season was over. Willie left me again. I was doing Cincinnati football reminiscing, and he left me. Who was that? Was it Mary J. Blige that said, reminisce of the love we shared? I was reminiscing on high school football in Ohio, and Willie Gibson left me. Willie. Oh, okay, there you are.
It's cutting in and out.
Oh, man, I don't know why. You got storms up your way?
No.
Yeah, we got them over here, so it must be me. Must be me. Willie?
Yes, sir.
So Rockets win tomorrow night?
Win what?
The basketball game, man.
But win first one to the Jet? Yes. First one to the Jet.
So Lakers close them out tomorrow night. All right, let's go through tonight real quick. So you got Denver and the Clippers in the early game. Who wins that one?
I want to say Denver.
So Denver forces a game 7.
I want to say Denver forces a game 7. It would be game 6.
The game 6. That's right. Yeah, because they're up 3-1. So Denver lives to fight another day.
Yes.
Okay. And then
the young fella got to stop running his mouth though. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did, and I was like, ooh, no, because remember I made the comment to David Grubb and to Kelsey Nicole Nelson that we needed to trade James Harden for that young fella, and he got to run in his mouth, and I was like, oh no, we good, good, yeah, we all right with what we got.
Nah, he'll learn. You gonna learn, Trey.
And from what I understand, he does not play a lick of defense. We got our own problems with that right now. So I stand corrected. I'll be the first to admit when I was wrong, and I was wrong. So who wins that winner-take-all game 7 with Boston and Toronto tonight? There's no way Boston can lose that, right?
There is. What is it? You guys are familiar with this. Never underestimate the heart of a champion. So Toronto, Kyle Lowry. That dude is not going to let them lose. I really don't think he's going to let them lose.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I might have to call Kyle Lowry up and apologize to him because when he was here with the Rockets, I gave him no love. And then when it was him and DeMar DeRozan up there in Toronto, I gave him no love. I gave him some love when he and Kawhi, got the chip up there in Canada. But this year, that dude is coming to his own.
Yeah. And they gave him some grief when he signed that contract. And he's not. And I'm never one to get in somebody else's pocket. But no gun is ever pulled in the contract negotiation, to my knowledge. So they give it to you, you sign it, that's yours. but he was getting blasted for that contract. Like, he doesn't earn that. He doesn't deserve that. He's earning it now.
Yeah, I got to tell you, if they find a way to get back to the Eastern Conference Finals, man, I ain't got nothing but love for you, baby, because that right there is for real, for real, for real. So you got who winning that game?
I got Toronto.
You got Toronto. Okay, all right. That'd be a good matchup. Toronto and Miami would be fun to watch. Boston and Miami would be fun to watch. I'm even ready, kind of, sorta, to slide Miami back into the NBA Finals. I'm really kind of ready to slide Miami back into the NBA Finals. If Jimmy Butler wins a chip after having gone through what he went through in the places he's been, oh, dog, I'm for real. That's going to be crazy. That parade is going to be lit.
Oh, no question. I mean, I want Miami, LA for pettiness. I want Pat Riley versus LeBron. I want Pat Riley versus the Bus family. But, not for the on-court stuff. I think LA takes that. But wouldn't it be something, Pat Riley versus the Bus family and LeBron?
Yeah. That, you know what, Willie? That's why I like you, man. We got Willie Gibson joining us. He's a broadcast journalist from Columbus, Ohio. Covers Ohio State, the Big Ten, and Cleveland Browns. And I hadn't even thought about that. That would be a great matchup, man. That would have all kinds of backstories to it right there.
Without question.
All right, so let's jump football real quick since you cover the Browns. I know they've got their opening matchup coming up. Are we going to see something better than talk? I mean, I'm starting to feel like Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns are like, the WWF. I mean WWE. Like, they can, listen, brother, what you going to do when Baker Mayfield runs wild on you? Is there anything real there? Should we really even be concerned about the Cleveland Browns this year?
No, it definitely calls for concern. Baker got humbled. I mean, just from being around that team last year and the year before, you saw it. I mean, they built him up. They pretty much gave him carte blanche in the building after Hugh left. And, Freddie was hired for him. And so he pretty much, walked around as though he was on airs. And he got humbled on the field. And in his defense, he's had 4 offensive coordinators in 2 years. So any quarterback in that situation is going to struggle. So I think with Stefanski, and let alone before Stefanski, Andrew Berry as general manager, one of 2 African American general managers in the NFL, he brought a lot of stability to that team. He was there before in a VP role, went to Philly, came back. He's pretty much righted the ship. And him bringing in Stefanski, who's calling plays now, offensive coordinator from Minnesota, he just will help Baker tremendously. And the weapons that he has on, Jarvis, Odell, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Austin Hooper, they got from Atlanta. I think there's no excuse now. Baker has the table set for him. He just has to go out there and deliver.
Yeah, I think that's my thing right there. If Baker says another word, I'm done. If he just quietly goes out and does it on the field, okay, I give a little respect. But there's 2 people, a person and a group that have no excuses for me, no sympathy, no empathy. That's Baker Mayfield and the Houston Astros. I don't want to hear about, injuries with the Astros and pitching woes. They were too smug. They were too coy. They were too, thought they were all that, during this offseason about this cheating thing. And now we're actually playing games and you can't beat, Seattle and Oakland and all them. No, I'm sorry. Right now, you 22-23. That's it. That's all you get to go on. Baker Mayfield, when I hear about different offensive coordinators, he was running around talking about other people's contracts. He was running around talking about other people's teams. He was running around all up in the face of Hugh Jackson. He did way too much for me to be concerned about the things that normally happen in the NFL. He's got to produce this year, and I don't want to hear no excuses. And that's just me.
Oh, no, without question. I don't disagree with any of that. But what I will say is, again, he only did what he was allowed to do in that building.
Yeah, but see, again, that's Jimmy Haslam. That's the former GM who's gone. And like you said, I hope the brother comes in and says, listen, we're not doing all that this year. We're not doing all that. What we're doing is we're winning football games this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because to me, it's definitely Baltimore and Pittsburgh's division. But the question is, will Cincinnati leapfrog Cleveland, or will Cleveland make a push to be in that top three and give, give Pittsburgh and Baltimore something to think about?
I think that, again, the offense is set. Defense, the linebackers leave a lot to be desired on the defense for Cleveland. I mean, the DBs are set. They just traded for Ronnie Harmon, the safety from Jacksonville, gave him away for a bag of chips. And the linebackers are a question. Cleveland, they get those linebackers together. I question highly. He could do some things, but Pittsburgh, I'm not sold on Ben coming back. Ben's 38 years old, coming off an elbow that he tore 3 ligaments in.
Only thing is, and I'm not disagreeing with you. Only thing is, he's 15 times better than that doggone Rudolph and that doggone Duck who is gone. I'm glad to see that they brought back Josh Hobbs. That dude is. I mean, I would love for him to be groomed to be the starter, and they quit fooling around with Mason Rudolph. Mason. I'm a racist Rudolph and Devlin. So I think Pittsburgh is going to be considerably better, and that defense is legit. That is the second best defense in the division, and I give Baltimore a slight edge. But that Pittsburgh defense last year, if they had some quarterback play, they would have been in the playoffs.
Oh no! Again, totally agree with that.
Yeah. Willie, I appreciate you, man. You always come through, even at a moment's notice, man. Be safe out there and blessed this weekend. Tell everybody where they can find you and follow you, bro.
Oh, appreciate you. Social media, Twitter, Will Gibson 7, Instagram, Will Gibson 7, Facebook, Willie WILLY GIBSON.
Man, I mean it. You're a good dude and you're a good brother. I appreciate you. We're going to have to have you back on the video next week sometime, okay?
Love to. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Talk to you soon. Let me go to one more quick caller before we go to our break. Hello, you live on the lunch break. Who's this? Hello? Hello? All right. I made him hold too long. Forgive me, y'all. It's Friday. It's Friday. For those who wanted to participate in the Keeping Up with the Joneses challenge, let me tell you how it's going to work real quick before we take a break. So what you do is you text me your picks. You text me your picks. So like last night, you would have texted me the Texans. With the Cowboys and the Rams, you'd say Cowboys, if that's who you're going with. Go through all of the games and give me just who you think's going to win. You don't have to say this team over that team. Just text me the winners. And then for the late Monday night game, Tennessee and Denver, give me who you think's going to win that game and the final score. Now, you can't do it for this week because you had to have all your picks in by yesterday at, I think I said 6 o'clock. But every week, I'll give you a deadline that you have to have all of your picks in by. And then all you do is you text them to me at 832-403-5005 or email them aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com. I'll send you a message back, got them, and that lets you know that you're in for the weekend. And then on Tuesday, after the Monday night game, on Tuesday, we will announce the winner, and that person will get $50 cashed app to them. And again, I cannot thank Lunch Breakers enough for coming through and picking up the slack because we didn't have a sponsor to pay those weekly $50, but the Lunch Break crew did it. So I'll be acknowledging you and or your business for those contributions. So, and then at the end of the season, we're going to take the top 6. Whoever was the top 6 throughout the 16 weeks, you will compete for $500 at the end in a playoff round. So you won't have to compete against it won't be you head to head versus somebody else. It will be whoever makes it has the most right versus wrong in the playoffs. And then at the end of that playoff season, you'll get $500 cash from one of our sponsors, and we're working on that right now. So that's how we're doing the lunch break, keeping up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge this year. We had a great time last year. I think it was, and he never sent me a thank you video or audio or anything. I'm gonna have to get back on him. Chi-Town, a good brother up in Chicago, won it last year, and we're gonna see who we're gonna crown this year. All right, we're gonna see who we're gonna crown this year. All right, real quick, let me I got a caller standing by. Caller, stay right there. I do have to take a quick break. And then we'll be right back with you after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's Freestyle Friday.
Listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
I'm going to tell you how you can get real health insurance for as little as $6 a day. Yes, now you can get affordable health insurance for you and your family immediately, starting at just $6 a day. And coverage is guaranteed regardless of your medical condition. That's right, for about $6 a day, you can have guaranteed health insurance. And there's dental, vision, and prescription coverage too. You owe it to yourself and your family to make this free call right now and learn more. There are no deductibles, no waiting period, no contracts, and coverage is guaranteed. Call National Health right now for your risk-free, guaranteed health insurance quote, starting at just $6 a day. Call now.
800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. 800-797-0921. That's 800-797-0921. Paid for by GoHealth.
You're home. You're a diabetic. You need supplies, but you don't want to visit the pharmacy. What do? Call US Med for home delivery of your supplies. If you have diabetes and you're worried about going to a crowded pharmacy, pick up the phone in the safety and comfort of your home and let US Med deliver them to you with free shipping. And now if you test your blood sugar 4 more times a day and inject insulin 3 or more times a day, you may qualify to get a new continuous glucose monitor at little or no cost, which may eliminate the pain of pricking your fingers and helps you make smarter diabetes decisions. Plus, we'll send you a 90-day supply and bill your insurance company for you. Get some peace of mind. Call US Med today.
800-417-0851. 800-417-0851. That's 800-417-0851.
My name is Devon McDonald from Jamaica, play with Indianapolis Colts, and listen, you listen to the lunch break.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. Let me go to the phone line. Somebody's been patiently waiting. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, Jay.
Yes.
Question for you. This is DB.
What's up, DB Cook?
Am I eligible to participate in the in your competition that you're having?
Yeah, man, you sure are. All you gotta do is get your picks in by the deadline. Just pick the winner of all the games for the weekend, and then on that Monday night game, like this week we got 2 of them, so it's the late game. Give me the winner and the final score, not the combined score, but 15-12 or 32-22, whatever you think that score is. That'll be the tiebreaker. And then we'll let you know who wins on that Tuesday, and somebody will have money in their account on Wednesday. And at the end of it, whoever's in the top 6 that got more right than wrong, they're going to compete for $500 at the end of the season, man. It's a lot of fun. We do it every year.
So this is just consisting of 6 games, is that right?
Yeah, you got to pick all of the games. So I need to, last night it would have been the Texans and the Chiefs. Then you got to do Colts and Jacksonville, Chargers and Bengals. And just give me the winner, who you think's going to win. But on that Monday night game, I need you, who you think's going to win and the actual prediction of the final score. And that will be the tiebreaker. That will determine, because we had a bunch of tiebreakers last year. And I think even the championship came down to the tiebreakers. So, yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it.
And submitting that information is to your email address?
Say it again.
Submitting the information is to your email address?
Yeah, email or text, either one. 832-403-5005, and I'll reply back, got them. And if you email it, one of my interns will reply back, got them. And that's AJ@KYOKsports.com.
Got that. Gotcha. All right. Well, that's one of two quick things. Yesterday was one of the most horrible days in sports history.
Especially if you're from Houston.
Didn't not the term nobody won. It was nobody win.
You ain't win nan game. Nan.
They win now game yesterday. Not nothing. Nothing.
And DB, me and one of our dearest friends, she asked me, AJ, do you think? And she did one of my time. She said, Astros or A's? I said A's. She said Rockets or Lakers? I said Lakers. She said Texans or Kansas City? I said Kansas City. She said, you don't think they gonna win nothing? I said not one game, and I was right.
Now, first it was horrible because Serena lost in the U.S. Open. She had 6-1 at the end of the first set. She annihilated her and came back and got beat 2 sets in a row. So
I know.
That just destroyed everything. Then the Stros couldn't beat. They cannot for some reason. But I do understand is the A's have the best pitching in the league right now, especially out of their bullpen. They are tough.
Yep.
So they're gonna be hard. They're gonna be hard to beat. But they got the Stros number right now. And then of course, last night, Rockets. Oh Lord, help them, Father. No defense. But you make a run at the end of the fourth quarter, and then we look good. Credit to the Rockets. Not the Rockets, to the Texans. Johnson looked good.
Bruh, you know what? I'm glad you called because here's my question. 77 yards, a touchdown. They could have done that with Carlos Hyde. They could have done that with, what's the running back for the Patriots now? The guy they had before Hyde?
Good ask me that question.
Yeah, we know who I'm talking about. They could have done that for what they're paying Johnson for and what they gave up for him. There's no way we can paint that as a good night. I'm just, am I wrong?
Well,
Lamar Miller, that's the other guy.
Lamar Miller, yeah. For opening night, despite everything that was going on, but the play calling, I know Romeo Cornell is assistant head coach now, and what's the guy? I can't think of his name. Who's the new DC?
Anthony Weaver.
Yeah, Anthony Weaver. And I think really, he should have gone back. And I know he's trying to let him, do some things. He did some things that were different. He did some different setups, but it just, I wasn't looking. And this is my theory. I'm glad they lost, to be honest. And I know some Houston fans might be saying, "Oh man, you can't be." No, I'm glad they lost. Because a loss always shows you exactly where you are. Now with the Rockets, you're just out the door. But with the Texans, it's early in the season. It shows you where you are. It shows you what you need to make adjustments on, because you didn't play anybody. You didn't lose anybody. Sorry, or you didn't lose to one of the weaker teams in the league. You lost to the defending world champion.
Right. Who got better, not worse.
Exactly. And so that lets you know, if you want to go to that next level of being the world champion, that means that you're going to have to step up your game. Like the first pass that Fuller tried to catch, it hit him dead in the hands. Come on, man, you got to catch this stuff. You the man. You're supposed to be part of this arsenal now, and you dropping passes that's hitting you dead in your hands. So
and that's why I say I didn't forget about DeAndre Hopkins last night. There's nothing that Will Fuller or Brandon Cooks or Randall Cobb and Kenny Stills, who dropped one as well. There's nothing that they did to make us forget about DeAndre Hopkins. And again, nobody said they were going to go undefeated, so it's one loss. Nobody said they're going to go winless. So,
but a loss is a losing.
Right.
You learn from a loss.
Yeah.
And you got beat. You didn't really get beat. You still show diligence, and you still showed effort. And the Rockets did too. Against a good team. But DB,
we got to take this thing up to the next level, man. We don't put the moral victory ribbon on the mantle. the Rockets and the Texans have got to take those next steps. The Rockets couldn't beat Golden State. Okay, so now they don't have Golden State. They got the Lakers. They can't have excuses this year. The Texans couldn't beat Kansas City last year. They got Kansas City early this year. Okay, you got 15 more chances to get to Kansas City again. When they see them again, they got to produce. They can't have these kind of, well, we fought hard and, we had some bright spots. And I'll give David Johnson some credit. If he does what he did last night, 15 more times, he'll have 1,232 yards. That's okay. But again, for what they're paying him and what they had, they could have gotten that kind of productivity for less money. And that's what a good GM does. And that's why I'm not giving Bill O'Brien credit for saying that this team is better after making those moves.
I think the expectation and it was very, very high, for the Texans, and all it did was put a blanket of shadow over the decision that he made to get rid of Hop. And I will agree with you in bringing Johnson in. I thought Johnson, overall, I think he thought he played compared to what he's done in the past. He played very, very well. But the Rockets are going to have to, the small ball theory is going to have. If they win tomorrow, which I do doubt very seriously, Morey has got to go back and if you want to keep that same arsenal that you have, but you've got to find somebody that's going to be able to fight in the middle. You got to find somebody to fight in the middle. So I don't know what I don't know what you're going to do in that regard, but you got to come up with something. Now I do like the matchup. I like the Lakers against the Lakers against Miami Heat. I like that matchup.
Yeah,
I think that'll be a good.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one.
That'd be a great. I think it'd be a great series. I think it would go 7, and I really do think Miami may come out on top because they're on a roll right now.
DB, get off my phone. Tell everybody bye, man.
All right, likewise, my brother.
Stay out that heat, man. That heat got your head light, bro. Did you say Miami is gonna beat the Lakers in the championship if they get there?
It's gonna go 7, AJ.
But you said Miami gonna come out on top.
It's gonna go 7, AJ.
But did you say Miami was gonna come out on top?
Yes, sir.
DB, your phone is breaking up, man. I love you. Tell the first lady I said, hey, I love you.
Likewise. Look here. If Miami gets past Toronto, because Toronto will win tonight. If Miami gets past Toronto, the Lakers will beat the Rockets. That's no ifs, ands, or buts. And they will beat the Clippers. That's gonna go 7. That's gonna be, matter of fact, right quick, that's gonna be one of the best playoff series all season long. They're gonna have a dog fight because the Clippers are gonna come at them wholeheartedly. So if the Lakers and Miami, they're going 7. I'm riding with that.
Bye, Cook. Bye, Cook.
Boy.
Good dude, man. I love it, but he done bumped his head. Hello, you live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, Jay, it's Keith Hennig.
Call of the year 2020, man. Clean it up for us. We can't go on that note, man. We can't go on that note.
I'll do what I can there. There is a game this weekend. I'll be watching a whole lot of NFL. But the game of the week is in your house with no fans in New Orleans, Louisiana. Tell me what you think.
New Orleans.
Of course you were going to say
No, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because I'm a Saints fan. I think that folks have put way too much hype on a team that has not taken an official NFL snap together. And it's kind of like when we saw Cleveland collect all those assets back in the day when Philadelphia collected like the dream team. Just because you put a collection of big names together don't mean they play well together. So I just, especially week 1, I think New Orleans comes out on top. I'm willing to be patient and let it remain to be seen how they finish the year. But, Tampa Bay is going to be playing under a whole lot of pressure and trying to get used to each other. And we got to see if Tom Brady's arm can get the ball down to Godwin and Evans and see what they really do at running back. It's too many questions for me. to think that Tampa Bay can come out and beat one of the true Super Bowl contenders, and that's what New Orleans is.
Your point is well taken. I have been very underwhelmed by the fact that they picked up Tom Brady. I think that guy is done. I really do. But he's got some serious weapons around him now, and we'll see. With a 3-point spread for home field advantage, and you're not going to have a single fan in the stands. So I'm looking for a pretty good ball game.
I am too. That is definitely going to be the game that I've got circled. It's going to be fun to see, what Lamar Jackson can do coming off of what he did year before. They called out Ben Roethlisberger's name. Let's see what they look like. I want to see Joe Burrow, what he does. I want to see all those LSU wide receivers that came out. It's a lot to watch, so I'm going to be looking forward to it all. I'm not going to be easily accessible on Sunday like I normally am.
I understand that.
Look, they had some people that had the nerve to call me last night in the middle of the Texan games, and I'm just like, are y'all kidding right now? Are y'all kidding, right? This is a joke. So, hey, man, I'm going to be even worse on Sunday.
Turn your phone off. And I wish you well. I wish you well opening day.
Yes, sir. We'll talk more on Monday, Keith.
All right, AJ. Take care.
You too. Good brother. Caller of the year 2020, Keith Hennig, with a good call. All right, listen, I got to get Sybil Wilkes on here with the coronavirus update, and then I'm going to get out of your way. As always, we got some great shows coming up. The Not So Christian and Me show coming up. You've got Marriage Talks. You've got not Donnie McClurkin. You've got he'll be next. You've got Jesse Jackson, Keep Hope Alive, Walt Baby Love, Gospel Tracks. Then on Monday you got Erica Campbell and Griff, Get Up Mornings. And then Lord Say the Same, you'll have your boy back with Media Monday, and we'll definitely give you an update on all that went down in the NFL on the first week of play. So, as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Wear your mask, though. Wash your hands 30 seconds or more. Sanitize everything around you. Be sensitive to everybody around you. Give them 6 feet, whether you believe in corona or not. And whatever you do, when you see that racism, kill it. Not the person, the racism. Let's, as a country, come together. It is the memorial of 9/11, 19 years ago. The world, as we know, changed when some people took it upon themselves to rain down terror on the United States, and that'll never be forgotten. Also, please don't forget the family of Hurley Morgan. Please pray for him, his family, his daughter, his fiance, his mom, his sister. Pray for the Peace in the Storm Publishing family, and definitely pray for all of our brothers and sisters over in Louisiana and for everyone who just needs prayer. Let's do that, okay? As always, y'all, be blessed. Here's Sybil Wilkes.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today about the coronavirus. With less than 8 weeks to go before Election Day, Republicans and Democrats remain deadlocked in negotiating a new stimulus relief package. A $500 billion GOP bill failed to pass the Senate Thursday. Congress will leave Washington in early October as the country continues to deal with the fallout from one of the biggest economic and health crises ever to hit the United States. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
Okay, y'all. Hey, don't forget to reach out to Sydney Brown. Don't forget to reach out to Sydney Brown and see how you can help out with, providing some help to those good folks over in Louisiana. I want to thank her for making time to come on today and to bring that to our attention. Again, like I said, now that the media is not really covering what went on in East Texas and in Louisiana, a lot of folks are not thinking about it, but a lot of those folks still need a lot of help. So do what you can, do what you're comfortable with. Again, Sydney Brown, I pinned her comment, so you can just click on that link and go to her page. You can inbox her and do what you're comfortable with. She'll do whatever she can to help. So, y'all, I love you. I mean it. Not this, definitely this. Y'all, stay safe, okay? We'll talk to you soon.